Yes, welcome back to How Did I Get Here? This is, of course, the show where we're asking the question, well, how did you get here? We've got a band joining us all the way from Adelaide today. It is the crew from Molly Rocket. They're my guests today, fresh off a performance at Groovin the Moo and their debut EP, Syrup. Ben and Joe join me today. Guys, thank you so much for joining me.
Thanks for having us.
How are you going?
Appreciate it.
Let's get right into the beginning. You know, how does music first enter your guys' lives?
Because it's just always been there. You know?
Always been there?
Kind of just grew up with it. I don't
Yeah.
know.
I used to really like the band Kiss when I was younger.
Right.
And
I was really into Katy Perry.
Well, that's great. Like, what was your first instruments?
guitar.
Drums.
Yeah.
Drums, yeah. And you just kept through with that until now?
I've only been playing for about 2 years. So.
Oh, really? See, that's pretty impressive. So you guys, as a band, if I'm correct, it's only about 2 years into the band, so you've only been playing drums since really the inception?
Yeah, exactly.
Right, yeah, that's pretty impressive. Of course, here at Student Edge, we love to go back into your student lives and have a look at who you were as young people. You know, what do you guys, how would you describe yourselves as students?
Oh,
Lame.
Yeah.
Pretty lame.
Lame.
yeah, a bit of a nuisance.
Yeah. Especially you, Jesus.
But yeah, I never really liked school until like the end of year 12. I was like, kind of want to go to uni now, so I should probably try. But, yeah.
For you, did you play instruments at school?
Nah.
No, really?
I think I did music in year 9, but throughout senior school, never touched music because I don't know any theory, and I was scared that if I didn't know theory, I'd just fail. So yeah.
Yeah, I did it like just year 12 when I started like taking an interest in actually learning an instrument, and then I kind of got discouraged by my teacher, so I stopped for a long time, and then I started when I finished school because I was bored.
Yeah, love to hear it. Did you guys have favourite or least favourite subjects at school?
I didn't really enjoy any of it, to be honest. I was pretty bad.
Yeah, I think always for me probably just maths. I'm really shocking at maths, so
Right, yeah.
I never really enjoyed that one. I feel like that's most people's answers, but yeah.
Yeah, maths is definitely a popular choice here on the show for least favourite subject. You know, looking at when you graduated, finishing high school, was there always a plan of music, or was that something that came later?
It was kind of out of boredom, I guess. For me,
Really?
At least I don't know about then. I kind of just wanted to do something. Like, I didn't want to just finish school because I wasn't going to go to uni because I just didn't want to. So I was just kind of bored, and I met someone that played guitar, and then we started a band, and that's what this is.
Yeah, right. What about you?
Yeah, I think music was never really part of the plan to like pursue it really. Kind of just like fell into my lap. I was like, went along with it. Just thought it was going to be fun for like a couple months or something, and now here we are. So I didn't expect it to go this way at all. Yeah.
You know, speaking of those plans, what was I'm always interested in this one. What was your first ever job?
I worked at Woolies for like 3 months, I think.
Yeah, classic.
That was Reject Shop.
Reject Shop, right? Yeah, nice.
Rough.
Right, let's actually get into the music of it all. You know, where did you all meet, the members of Molly Rocket?
That's so weird. So me, Ben, and our first original lead guitarist Ella, we all went to high school together, but they were in the year level of us, so I never spoke to them while they were at school with me. So then I think I've just met Ella at a party, and she told me she played guitar. I said I always wanted to start a band, and then she's like, learn drums, and then we'll talk. Then like I didn't talk for like 2 months, and then I randomly got added to a group chat with Ben and Georgie, who was our vocalist, and we kind of just got together and started jamming, and then we met our new guitarist Liam through just playing gigs and stuff like that. Like he was like the band, and then he just played a couple of shows as a fill-in, and now he's in the band.
Yeah.
So. Crazy, right?
So, you know, is that decision to form a band, was it like literally purely out of just boredom?
Yeah.
I guess so, yeah. I like just willing to try it. Yeah. Nothing else. Really.
Yeah. When you started out, did you expect it to, go anywhere to get to the point where you are now?
No, not at all.
We wrote a few songs, and I think we all sat there and we're like, "This is going nowhere." We were like, "This is." And then just over time, we started writing better music, I guess.
Yeah. And I think after the first gig, it was sort of like, nah, like we got to keep on doing this. Like, we're having too much fun doing it.
It was the best feeling in the world. The first show that we ever played.
What was that first gig? That was actually my next question.
Broadcast bar with I think all the bands playing. It was their first show, and I think we're the only surving band.
No, Pirate Cowboy.
Oh no, there's us and one other band, or the only one still going.
They died and came back to life.
So yeah, but yeah, it was a super fun night. It was in this weird period where COVID restrictions got lifted a tiny bit, so there was dancing allowed. And yeah, it was a pretty good audience. So yeah, people were dancing around and everything. It was a good time. Yeah.
What was the feeling like ahead of that first gig?
So nervous.
Yeah, I was like outside trying to have a smoke, just shaking, and my mate comes up to me and he's like, "All right," I'm like, "No, I've never made in my life," because we thought we'd be playing in front of like, I don't know, 10, 20 people, and it was just this stacked room, and we're just like, "God damn."
Right. Where did the name come from? Molly Rocket.
Georgie, our lead singer, had a dream about this girl.
She says she had a dream.
Yeah, it makes a cute story. She says. But yeah, she said she had a dream about this girl, and I guess the girl was called Molly Rocket, and started writing this song called Molly Rocket. Then Joseph and I were like, that's actually like just a sick name in general. Like, why don't we just call the band that? Our original name was Candy Cigarette. For like,
yeah.
It wasn't really our.
No, I was the only one that was like, nah, I'm not. That's not going to be my legacy.
So let's have a look at some of those more recent gigs now, and one that kind of stood out to me was last year. You actually supported pretty much Aussie rock royalty in Spiderbait. What was that experience like?
It was just weird meeting them. Like,
yeah,
I don't know.
What? How did it come about? How do you get that opportunity?
Brandon, our booking agent, he
just sorted
doing
it out.
a Lord's
I don't
work.
know how it worked.
Yeah,
I don't know how they found us or anything, but we got it. We were pretty happy with it.
So on that night, that was at Hindley Hall, Spiderbait's Janet English actually got up and said, there's so many good acts coming out of Adelaide, and particularly mentioned you guys. Obviously, you just performed. What did that, endorsement mean for you guys as a band?
I cried a little bit.
Yeah.
Did you?
I started playing Calypso and I was in tears. I was like, all right.
Yeah. No, it was a super good feeling that night. We were all so nervous in the green room before the show. We were like, oh no, like, this stage is so much bigger than anything we've ever played before. Then we got down there. We actually had like a problem with the bass. We got no sound coming through the bass to start off the set. Right. So we were like, fuck, this is going to be shit. But yeah, it turned out really well. It was a really good set in the end. So yeah, it was a lot.
Yeah, love it. I'm an outsider. I'm from WA, and we've had a few WA music acts on this show. But you're the first Adelaide music acts, and coming from an but coming from an outsider, I don't have a whole lot of intimate knowledge about the Adelaide music scene. How would you describe that as, a unique music scene in the country?
It's good.
There's always
just good.
Which is cool. You always there's like so many different genres. We're not locked into like one genre in Adelaide. You got like the side of the scene, the poppier side of the scene, the singer-songwriter sort of side. And
they all kind of like merge into one. Like everyone plays with everyone. It's not just like unless like it's like heavy. There's not really like it's not really limited to what bands you can get on the lineup because everyone's just willing to play with everyone. So it's like it's a real like community that we've got.
Yeah, well, my theory is, and tell me if I'm wrong, but it's a bit similar to the Perth music scene, a smaller town. It's not your Melbourne or your Sydney's, so everyone's really connected, and it's really supportive kind of music scene.
Yeah, exactly. I've never been in Perth, but I can imagine that's what it's like. Yeah.
Yeah. So we just spoke about Spiderbait there, who not only Aussie rock royalty, but kind of royalty in the whole world. But do you guys have any other musical influences or heroes as you create your music?
Violent Soho.
Yeah.
I love Violet Soho.
I don't know. I feel like we're very like Nirvana, Sonic Youth inspired. Like we just listen to a lot of that kind of thing. But I don't know.
It is. Your music, there's obviously a lot of 90s kind of grungy influences. Is that kind of what you take with you in the writing process?
For sure. Yeah, I think, especially for Georgie and I, that's like, I guess, what our parents would play when we were growing up and stuff, like that 90s rock music. So, yeah, it's always just been there.
What's the bigger gig? Was it Spiderbait or Groovin the Moo last month?
Groovin the Moo, probably. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
It might... They were pretty
Groovin the Moo. I feel like Groovin the Moo felt bigger because like it was kind of like a younger audience. It felt like they were like enjoying it a lot more. But yeah, I'd say it was like decent, like around the same size audience. Maybe I don't know. That's a hard question to answer. Oh yeah, both amazing shows. Like so much fun. Yeah. So you were one of the local produce acts that was called up for the South Australian leg of Groovin the Moo. Can you tell me what that call up was like? I was like tearing up. I called Ben and Liam. I'm like, we just got on for Groovin the Moo. Liam's like, I just woke up. Was there a lot of nerves coming into that one?
Well, actually, it wasn't as much as I was expecting. I don't know. Oh, really? I think Spiderbait prepped us a lot for like playing these bigger shows. Yeah. I was just stressed out because I forgot my snare drum. So I was just a bit stressed. And drumsticks, so I had to ask him to borrow drumsticks and stuff. So it's a bit
right. Yeah. Two fairly important items.
I might need them.
How do you feel that one went for you guys as a band, Groovin the Moo?
Really well. I think it probably went better than Spiderbait. Yeah. A couple of the bands that saw our set said they really liked us, so we kind of just like that kind of helped us, gain a bit more confidence for this tour.
Yeah. Well, we'll speak about the tour in just a minute, but Groovin the Moo is probably a good warm up for that, and then it's a pretty good experience for what was upcoming, which was the release of your first EP, Syrup, which just dropped last week, I think. What was the experience of creating this one like?
Yeah, it was a long journey to get it out into the world. I think we recorded it in April of last year, over 2 weekends with the Pick Studios, but we've been sitting on, I think, three of the 5 songs on EP we've been sitting on for like pretty much since we started the band. Then like 2 of the songs were newer tracks that we really enjoyed playing, so we chucked them on there as well. And it's been a long journey. I think because it took so long. By the time like it actually came to release it, we kind of like we're already like focusing on like what can we do next and stuff. But yeah, it's been great to see the feedback we've been getting.
Yeah. What's the actual process for you guys? Did you all like get into a room and record together?
No, so we recorded all the instruments separately. We did like a scratch track on the guitars. Joseph did his drum parts. Then Reed did the guitars, did the bass. Then lastly we did vocals. Then just added little weird things to add some beats.
Spice it up a bit.
Spice it up, yeah.
Obviously, before you get into the recording space, there is the writing process. What's your actual process as a band? How do you come up with songs?
It changes.
It's changed a lot from when we wrote those songs.
Yeah, it changes. Yeah, but still, even now it changes song by song. Like we'll have some songs where it comes mostly from a jam, or some songs where Georgie or I will just come up with the majority of the songs separately, then bring it to the band, and everyone adds their own part. But yeah, it really changes.
Are you generally music first, then lyrics second, or the other way around?
Yeah, all the time. I think lyrics are... I think when we write lyrics, we're just trying to come up with phrases and stuff that sound cool together. Like, I guess sound deep. There's no real meaning. Interpret it however you want to.
There's no meaning to the songs. All right. So we are recording this on Wednesday, but this podcast, if you're listening to this, it is Friday, which is the day you're starting your national tour, I believe, supporting the Ryans. How are you feeling ahead of this one?
A bit nervous. Yeah.
I think
our first show's tomorrow.
Tomorrow, right, Thursday.
And then we've got another show, Brisbane Friday, which was the original date.
Ah, right, I see. So it's your first national tour, is it?
Yeah, we played interstate a couple times, but never done a full tour. So yeah, it's going to be something different for sure. Yeah.
The Ryans are a band that, have been on the rise for the past couple of years. They went on Earth High a few years ago. What's the process of planning and working with these guys been like?
It was awesome when we got asked to play, because we played with them probably about 6 months ago when they were supporting Pacific Avenue on their tour. We were the local support, and supposedly they asked for us by name to like support them for their national tour. So it was a really great feeling. Yeah,
it was like our manager called us at like 10:30 or something, or like 9:30 or something, and I'm like about to go to bed, and he's like, "Oh, we've got like an urgent call." I'm like, "Oh no, we're in trouble." Yeah, you going on tour? And we're like, "Oh, sweet."
Very nice. So planning this one, has it been, a learning experience, planning a major tour?
Well, thank God we have a manager, because I feel like our manager said if we didn't have him, man, like we would be screwed.
For a lot of he books all our accommodation, sorts out flights and stuff. All we have to do is get there without dying.
Excellent. So you've got this tour, and then what's next for you guys as a band?
Good question.
We're planning on playing some more shows interstate after we finish this tour to promote the EP and stuff. So yeah, we're looking forward to that. Getting some of our own shows organised, but yeah, it should be sweet. And we got Stonecutters,
playing a festival in Adelaide
with
nice.
New South Wales. They're the headliners, so that should be sweet. Yeah.
What's
the ultimate dream for Molly Rocket?
Just to make enough money to survive off it.
Yeah.
I don't want to be like, I don't care for like,
no luxuries.
No, I just want to like live in like a basic house and just do music.
Yeah, I think that's the goal for all of us. Yeah,
just like keep making music that we actually enjoy, rather than like succumbing to, I guess, what's the words I'm looking for? Succumbing to, like just it's not making music that, I guess we are making music other people would enjoy, but more music that we enjoy ourselves, so we never get bored of playing it.
So at the moment, obviously coming up as a band, are you guys still working outside of music?
Yeah, Joseph and I work at the same place. We work as removalists, so that's
right.
Yeah, it's different. It's different, but yeah.
Like I'm scrolling.
I guess that makes sense for a drummer carrying around all your kit. Like,
it's not helped. I'm still weak at
home. So how do you manage, balancing all that? Does music still kind of come first for you?
Yeah,
I
definitely.
think
I book a lot of time off for it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
I don't think the bosses would have been too happy when we told them we have to take like
almost a month off.
Yeah. No, that's good.
All right.
So that's good.
We're casual, so it's easy to get time off. It works out now.
Yeah, absolutely. Before I do let you go, we ask everyone here on the show a couple reflection questions. So over the years, is there a lesson you've learned, something you might have changed along the way?
Be kind.
Be kind,
Follow
right.
your dreams.
That's what
that might feed into the next question here, which is the one we do always ask is, your 15-year-old selves are sitting right in front of you. What advice are you giving them?
Be kind.
Be kind.
Pick up an instrument earlier, so you're actually good at it.
Yeah, maybe start a band earlier. That would be a good one. Yeah.
Yeah, just get on it as soon as you can.
Exactly.
Yeah. That about does it for How Did I Get Here Today? But guys, before I do let you go, where can we find you and Molly Rocket?
Instagram, Spotify, Facebook.
We've got a music video coming out. We're going on YouTube.
Ooh. And then so for the tour, obviously you're playing in Brisbane first, yesterday and today. Where are you headed off to next?
We're playing next weekend. We're playing Adelaide and Perth. Perth still has tickets available, so come to that if you'd like. That'd be sweet. But yeah, then we're heading to Melbourne the weekend after that. Then Sydney to finish it off.
Sydney, then Melbourne.
Nah, Sydney at the end. Yeah.
Excellent. Get down if you can, because these guys' music is great. That is How Did I Get Here for today. You can find us, student_edge on Instagram, Student Edge one word on TikTok. Search us up, Student Edge on YouTube, or How Did I Get Here, and head to studentedge.org for all our articles, podcasts, deals, competitions, career tips, education advice, and much, much more. Joe, Ben, thank you so much for joining me today.
Appreciate it.